don't know.
Get my TV right. Get my TV right. Get my TV right.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Y'all know what it is. It's been a long time.
I shouldn't have left you.
y'all.
Right.
Without the dope beat the step to. What's good? What's good? What's good? We've been
What's
gone
good?
a while,
What's
but
good?
we're back. Y'all know what it is. The football manifest is how we coming this time. CC, I don't know if you deployed or not, but I know here in the Army, around here in this Army, what we have is manifest. And Bishop knows what the manifest is. When you pull up to a place, a station, and you got to go in and get your ID and everything. Basically, it's a long sit around, hurry up and wait situation. So that's what we got here. Football manifest coming to y'all, powered by First Formation. Y'all know what it is, your favorite vets on the net. We getting ready to get into it, but first, before we do that, hey, let's get
We
ready.
go to the Eagles already.
Let's go. WGO, WGO. What's going on, y'all? Y'all know what it is. Y'all know that banner was still going to be up there. Y'all knew that, right? Y'all knew that banner was going to be up there because we was Super Bowl champions, baby. Last time y'all seen us, we was holding up that Lombardi trophy. Unlike these two gentlemen there, you know, my constituents right here. You know, we got the 49ers over here, and then we got the Cowboys down there. Let me get over here, down there, and stuff. At least on my screen. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna give us our flowers. Let us have our time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's 2 in 5. What, 5 years, 6 years? Let go.
Really, guys.
Cowboys. Last time they won a Super Bowl, I think Jesus was walking the earth.
Yeah. We finna get into this after this. Let's go.
What the? You know how to do it. Yeah. Yes. Hey, I'm just gonna put it out there. Congratulations to the Eagles. Look like y'all front runners again because nobody really made moves in the NFC.
Thank you.
Nobody really made moves in the NFC to really challenge y'all. So far, I'm looking at the season ain't started yet, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's rare. But if Saquon have another healthy season, y'all will be front runners again.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you. We appreciate the love. You know, Trey don't
But
want to give
if
us
he
that.
have a healthy season, the guy ain't had 2 healthy seasons in his career. So
and the bad thing about that, CC, is the fact of the matter is, which I hated it, the fact that this fool done fooled around and put his behind on the damn Madden cover, which was definitely annoying. I hated that. I hated to see that part. To see that he was on the Madden cover and the Madden curse, man, damn it, man. That's what I did not want to see because we know what happened with McCaffrey last year when he was on it. But, you know, things can change. You know what I'm saying? Things can change. Hopefully, this is our season.
He might be the first one to break the curse, though. I
hope so.
Somebody got to break it, right?
I think someone did break it already, didn't they?
Who? Name him.
Who?
Was it Josh Allen? Wasn't he on the cover?
Nope. He got hurt that season.
Yeah, I don't think the curse been broken.
No, ain't nobody broke the curse. I think the only person that came close was Tom Brady. Tom Brady was on one. I think he shared a cover with somebody. I think it was like a shared cover, and I think he was the only one. He ended up getting hurt, but not like everybody else did. So yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know about that, but you would think that players would be, you know, they'll be aware of that situation and try to avoid that situation. But hey,
yeah.
But to get into this, right? Y'all know it's a whole new season.
Facts.
A lot of stuff has been going on and it goes on. We done had free agency, people shifted and went different places. So far for you guys, what has been, before we get into, of course, we're going to talk about some predictions, talk about the divisions, go through each division, give our rundown on who's going to finish first, second, third, fourth in the division champions, all that type of stuff. Appreciate it, Leo brother. What's going on? What's good with you? is once it's all said and done, we're gonna get to all that. But what has been y'all's biggest surprise so far in this? Whether it be a draft, one of the draft spots.
No, what you not gonna do? What you not gonna do, Trey, is sugarcoat it. Everybody know what the biggest talk is, and CC, we all know it's coming toward your way. We all know the biggest talk is, of course, all of the mishaps of course, of the Dallas Cowboys in that manager, Jerry Jones doing what he do. He wants his own reality TV show, and he allowed Micah Parsons to leave the Cowboy Nation. CC, tell us how you really feel. Because that Trey don't want Trey sugarcoated. Trey sugarcoated.
It's not sugarcoated. I don't feel bad. Jerry Jones did what he needed to do.
No.
I told y'all last season I really wasn't that high on Michael Parsons because he ain't never delivered in a playoff situation. He ain't never delivered in a. The man got 1 sack. Y'all talk about Dak not having playoff wins. How about this guy got 1 sack in the playoffs? Like that's not good. And now he got a back problem. Now he go to Green Bay, and now he need a back injection just to play game 1. So what does that tell you? I think Jerry made a smart decision with that move by not giving him all that money, man. And it's gonna show up because is he gonna even finish the season with a back problem? You see, Matthew Stafford got a back problem and it's hampered his career. This dude he got to get an injection already. So I think Green Bay overpaid for that young man. He good record-wise. Averaging 12 sacks a season or something to start his first 4 or whatever. That's cool and all, but you ain't leading the league in sacks. You can't stop the run. They can run right at you. You no threat to do anything. I mean, so
let me ask
you
this:
you gonna have 12 sacks again?
So let me ask you this: for one, how you say that, but I know you're not happy that Jerry allowed Micah to go to Green Bay, who was the team that knocked y'all out the playoffs last season. So y'all will see him this season. They're on your schedule. But do you feel like y'all got y'all's money worth in the trade? Because if I'm not mistaken, y'all got Kenny Clark in 3, and y'all got Tampa Bay's next 2 first-round draft picks.
Yeah.
Was that a fair trade, or do you feel like y'all got short-handed, or do you think y'all gave up too much to get Micah? To give away Micah? Like
he was going into the last year of his rookie deal. Like what you want for a guy that's going into the last year of his rookie deal? Like you're not gonna get that much for his rookie deal. You know, you can say he only 26, but back problems only get worse as you get older. They don't get better. Like back problems don't get better.
Facts. Straight. I'm here to tell you right about that one. Facts.
But to answer your question for real, it's like it's hard to see Micah go. Let's just keep it real. But at the same time, it's like we got to move on from it. Like I'm a diehard Cowboy fan. Like we got to ride with what Jerry did. I think Jerry could have got more for him earlier. Early on, if he'd have made that trade earlier in the year. Earlier in training camp and stuff like that, he probably could have got more for him. But what you expect for a guy that's in the 4th year, of his rookie deal or whatever, like the last year of his rookie contract, like I think we got something.
Okay.
We got something, and but the problem is Green Bay always in the playoffs. So those picks, they're gonna be low first-round picks, but they always in the playoffs.
So my next question for you is then, and this is for either one of y'all, both can answer the question, but my next question is then, with that being said, do you feel like Jerry Jones went about it the right way? 1 week before the season kicks off, he decides to trade Micah Parsons. Now, everybody in the country, which y'all like to call Dallas Nation, Dallas country, the Cowboys
America's team.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, which we all know that's BS. But anyway, do you think Jerry Jones went about it the right way of waiting till the last minute to enforce that trade when he had the entire offseason to make this trade? Do you think it was the right timing?
So let me be LCC. I don't think we all realize that Jerry didn't do that on purpose. If Jerry could have had it his way, he would have Micah Parsons would have still been signed. and they would still be going on with talking about the defense of the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry didn't want to have it like that. He just happened. I think a lot of people say he tried to save face. I don't think he tried to save face. He decided this is what needed to happen. I think based on what the story was, is that him and Micah Parsons had, I guess, like a handshake deal amongst each other. But then of course, when Jerry, as the GM, called his agent and was like, "Hey, we got a deal in place," the agent is wondering, how y'all making deals and I'm not there? I'm his representation. So how does this go down?
But no, come on, Trey. Hold on. Before you say
that's what it is.
I get it, but hold on. Before you go there, and CC, you can chime in on this too. Now, as an owner, put it like this: put yourself in the owner's shoes. Y'all both of y'all put your owner hats on. Y'all put your owner hats on. As an owner, do you try to build some type of rapport with your players? Yes or no? Or is it strictly business? Okay. Is that fair,
true.
CC?
True.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. So you try to build some type of rapport with your players. On that note, after that, do you feel like you can have with certain players, not all, but with certain players, in particular, maybe your star players, you may have just a bit more of somewhat of a one-on-one type of conversation where you could say, you know what? I know this isn't in black and white, but hey, let's do. I don't know if it was a handshake between him and Micah when they spoke about contracts and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? Do you feel like that conversation, Jerry felt like, okay, we had a mutual agreement somewhat to say, all right, the contract will be worked out, but we're going to verbally say between you and I that, you know, you're going to practically stay here in Dallas.
So let me talk from the owner's perspective, but then again from the sports advisor or sports agent perspective as well. So in the owner's you think that, because I mean you're talking about a person who you consider to be a cornerstone of your defense or your organization, and that's what's going to go on. But then again, like I said, they had a conversation. From my understanding, from what Micah Parsons said in the text, I think it was on ESPN in the article. He said that wasn't even what he was there for. They was on, like you was just talking about. They was there on some other type stuff. He said somehow, some way, it got interjected. It got interjected into the conversation, and they started having.
Okay, hold on, Trey. Put your owner hat back on. You too, CC. Now, as an owner, I get that what you're saying. I heard that too, in which what Michael was talking about. That wasn't what the atmosphere was supposed to be like. They was just being cordial, just wherever they were. It never comes out on where they actually was. Now, but you as an owner, if you, CC as well, you as an owner, if you have an opportunity to talk about something as important as a contract, as an owner, put your hat on now. Would you not talk about it? If the atmosphere allows. Atmosphere allows.
So it shouldn't have happened because, again, like I said, his representation wasn't there, and that's supposedly.
Hold on, though, Trey.
But
you gotta remember,
as an owner,
this is not. Go ahead. Okay.
But he's the GM as well, so
right.
You know what I'm saying. So it wasn't like he was just coming and talking to me like you're talking. It's like it's a double-edged sword in my opinion when you look at it. Where Anthony saying Jerry never talked to Dak agent. So no, I'm not saying that. So what I'm just saying that is. So let me speak from the sports agent perspective. If I'm set up and I got Sean, Bishop, you're the owner. CC's my client.
Okay.
You done call CC in to chop it up with him, and then in the process of
so hold on, was this? Do you know if this was like a one-on-one or were they just in it like a? So because I never heard whether
I believe it was a one-on-one.
Okay. So
I think he was in Jerry's office, but they were one-on-one, and from my understanding, they were supposed to be having a conversation about something else. That's not what he wasn't there for. Negotiation talks and stuff like that. It transpired into negotiation talks, and so it could have been just like, okay, you know, something that might work or whatever case like that. In any state, that's in any state. You come to me if CC comes to me and be like, hey. Me and Jerry, me and Sean was talking. you know what, we got a pretty good. I think they got a pretty good deal out there. This is what we're talking about. When I call Jerry, I'm wondering, why are you talking to my client without me present? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't work for me.
Now,
like, that's a
I
problem.
got what you said. Okay. Put your owner's hat
What's
back
good,
on.
Gerald? What's going on, brother?
What's good? But put your owner's hat back on. If you
I just want to jump in there and say this.
Go ahead, CC.
I just want to jump in there and say that Jerry was out of line, in my opinion, trying to talk to the man. Once the man told him, talk to your agent, I think he got in his feelings because obviously Jerry done this before. I mean, we can just start there. Jerry
they got him up in the office.
But that's my whole thing, CC. As an owner, and you in your office, and you call one of your premier players, your bread and butter player, one of your bread and butter players in your office. Yeah, even though you call them in there for something else, if you can get an opportunity to sneak a conversation in about contracts, you mean to tell me you ain't gonna do it? Especially in the agent ain't there. You damn right you gonna do it. Why not? Especially if I can get a verbal commit from you to say, hey, I'm with that, Jerry. You know what? That sounds good. Yeah, let's go. Jerry now, because that's what Jerry was banking on, in my opinion, what it sounds like. Jerry was banking on that conversation, even though it was wrong. I agree. Even though it was wrong, Jerry was banking on the fact that him and Micah had that conversation, and they had what they had, they had a verbal commitment between the two of them, from what it sounds like from Jerry.
So,
and Michael,
I want y'all to think about this.
Mm-hmm.
Think about Lamar Jackson's situation where he was his own agent, right? Where he acted as his own agent in his deal, right? What did the owner and the GM both come out and say? See, this is what I'm saying. Jerry is one. He's the owner and the GM. All they said is, we want to get this deal done, right? We want to sign him. You never heard that from Jerry. You heard, I gave him an offer.
Yeah.
His agent said he ain't got an offer. If you ain't talked to his agent, there's no offer.
Yeah.
Well, he's saying the offer was direct. Michael, that's the thing.
That's the whole thing. To get rid of his agent. Now, because understand this, right? As an agent, you're only entitled to what has been brokered, right? So in that case, honestly and legitly, if Micah and Jerry talked about that, at that point, Micah Parsons brokered that deal. You can cut me out. CC could cut me out because he could say, like, no, you didn't work in that. So whatever they was talking about playing, which it came out to be like 40 million or something. I think it was a difference in 7 million a year at the end of it, which is what, 28 million for the most part. That he can basically sit up and come to me and be like, no, you ain't, you know what I'm saying? Usually an agent gets anywhere from a contract deal, anywhere from 1% to 3% of that deal. If I'm not, unless it's changed, but 1% to 3%. Right. You can basically cut me out and be like, nah, you ain't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't put in on this. And you know what I'm saying? So that's why your agent needs to be present when these conversations is going on. Because you can sit up, an agent could be slick and be like, nah, you didn't broker that. So that's one part of it. So it should have definitely, without a doubt, the agent should have been present, or the agent should have been the one thinking and talking. Because of course, there's other things like Jerry in-state, as we said, he's the owner and the GM. So he has an inside track because as the GM, he knows certain things, or he has people who are working for him to tell him these things so he can act as the GM and whom he is. He could have basically been finagling and trying to like tell Michael like, hey, this, that, the third, and not looking at the other stuff, the fine print. And that could have been basically, it could have been negated for the simple fact of just having the agent there and speaking to him. So in-state.
But come on, Jerry.
Hold on, let me
5-year deals anymore.
Facts. That's true too. But let me ask you this: do y'all? And I'm gonna ask y'all this, and then I'm gonna come back with something with it. Is any of the ownership on Micah at all? And the reason why I ask,
it is just from what he said.
Okay. So with that being said, during that conversation, that one-on-one with him and Jerry, why Micah couldn't have called his agent right then and there on the phone?
True that. That's what he said. He could have did that.
And made the phone call and be like, hey, all right, Jerry, you talking stuff in which I shouldn't really be talking to you about. I'm about to call my agent. Y'all can talk right now on voicemail. I mean on loudspeaker or whatever you want to call it. You can call it video chat or whatever, video or whatever. FaceTime, that's the word I'm looking for. FaceTime. You can do FaceTime.
Right.
Like, Do y'all blame Micah for a portion of what took place as well in regards to the
Oh,
transaction?
No doubt, and like the rest of the world want to try to play it like Micah's so innocent though. They like, oh, he's 25 years old. I heard all the talk. Oh, what? How can a 25-year-old man? It's like, stop it. Micah probably said now he
Like
probably
Leo
did
said.
agree, but then he talked to his agent, and his agent said, "Hey, mom's the word." You know what I mean? It's sort of like now like it's sort of like if you get caught into some stuff and you running your mouth in the interrogation room, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, I got a lawyer. Your lawyer come in and say, "Shut up." You know what I'm saying? Shut up. Don't say nothing else. You got the right to remain silent. It's like Michael probably agreed in principle, but once he said talk to his agent, Jerry should have stopped all that right there and said, "Well, we're gonna work something out with his agent. Hopefully get something done." But I think
I can see
just
Jerry.
took it the
Get him
wrong
on the
way.
phone.
Get him, get him on the phone right now.
But you know what I'm saying? But in any state, in any case, it probably worked out for the better in any state because now that money, I mean, Michael Parsons was a good player, but to CeCe's
whoa. What you won't do is call him a good player. He was a Cowboy, now he's no longer a Cowboy because Mike is beyond a good player, bro. He's beyond a good player.
Okay, let's say this.
There's good players in the league.
Is 12 sacks midi? 12 sacks a year? Is that midi or is that elite?
I didn't say he was elite now. I didn't say he was elite, but he's not just a good player either. There's a difference. It's a subtle difference.
Is 12 sacks not good? So, okay, all right, I stand corrected. He was the only player.
But you're just counting, but you're just counting sacks. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, he was the only player that went to the Pro Bowl as a defensive end and an outside linebacker. So but that was how long ago? But we can't put so he was.
Put that on there. Okay.
He was. So I'll give you that. But
he's not good. He's
midi?
A little bit. What's a midi? What
mid level.
Okay, put it like this. Hold on. Okay, CC. Let's ask CC because that used to be his play. Used to be his team. Is he in the top 5?
What defensive ends?
No.
Yeah, in the top 5 defensive ends. Name 5 better.
No.
Name 5 better.
Bosa.
5 better.
5 better.
Right. I got T.J. Watt, Myles Garrett, Bosa. Man, now my mind going blank. But I know it's 2 more.
You know why it's going blank? Because those 3 are the main 3 that you can think of. Y'all can't name 5, bro. Y'all can't name 5 defensive ends in the NFL. That's doing better.
Crosby.
No.
No.
Yeah, Max Crosby. But what is Aiden Hutchinson?
Trey Hendricks. Somebody say
Trey
Hendricks.
Hendrickson. What are we talking about? Trey Hendrickson, who just the sack leader last year was Trey Hendrickson with 17 and a half, 18 sacks, right?
I got you. I got you.
You see how they did him, so I guess that's the case.
Huh?
Yeah, they did Trey Hendricks. And
he got paid. He got paid.
Is that what we're gonna call that?
Yeah, I see.
They reduced they changed his contract and gave him $14 extra million, but reduced it to 1 year. So basically, he's in his contract year when he should have been playing in his second year. I mean, 2 years with remaining on his contract. He's in his last year. He got a $14 million pay raise, but he's in his last year at this point.
$14 million added to what though? What was his previous contract?
He was slated to make $16 million.
So 34.
So he's making 30. He's making $30 million this year, but he was 2 years remaining. But he wanted to change that, so they basically removed the last year, added $14 million hike because I think the last year might have been not guaranteed or it might have been less. So they basically gave him a $14 million raise, but they reduced the year. So now he's in a contract year.
Anthony got a great point right here. He said you can't compare them to Parsons because Parsons played both positions, end and linebacker.
Anthony, we're not going to do that. When was the last time Michael Parsons played linebacker position?
Wait a minute. Doesn't T.J. Watt do the same thing in that 3-4 defense with Pittsburgh? Don't he play both?
Yes, but they don't.
That's what a 3-4-4-3 is basically. I mean,
but when's the last time y'all see any of them actually fall back in coverage?
Well, you see Micah fall
Micah?
back in coverage every now and then.
Yeah, Micah
You
does.
see Micah fall back in coverage every now and
Yeah,
then.
Micah does.
But yeah, you see,
They love for him to rush
why
more,
ain't
but
covering
yeah.
nobody in coverage? Yeah.
But yeah, they
I'm
love
just
for him to
saying, but
rush more than
technically
anything.
doesn't TJ Watt do the same thing? Ain't he an outside linebacker and a defensive end like combo, like in that 3-4? So yeah, but my thing is, man, we making all this hype about a guy. He ain't even lead us in tackles. He ain't lead us. Like what are you leading us in? Like what are we doing? Like our defense wasn't better, so that's why I don't see the harm that it's going to do to part ways with him right now when our defense was trash anyway. Like we wasn't good anyway. So we was getting run over. We can't stop the run. We still can't stop the run. I think we're gonna
So
struggle with stopping the run this year.
So how do you feel about the addition of Kenny Clark? That from
Kenny
Green
Clark
Bay.
was good 3 years ago.
Okay, so
He
you
was good
don't.
3 years ago.
So you're not even happy in the fact that y'all got Kenny Clark to replace him. In other words, because that was one of my initial
Right.
questions. How
It's
do you
like,
feel about the whole what y'all got for Micah?
no, but I think the picks would be more valuable long term than this short term solution with Kenny Clark. Because we saw Kenny Clark, he didn't look like he was good like 3 years ago. Like I said, last year he didn't look that good for Green Bay. He didn't do much for Green Bay last year, and I'm not talking just sacks. I'm talking stopping the run. He was on the sideline a lot of times in crucial situations. So I don't know what he's gonna do now.
So from the defensive end perspective, in y'all's opinion, or CC, I mean, yeah, for y'all both opinion, because Sean, you have a couple of ends over there. I mean, they're not in the elite status, but they're ends. Do you want to run? Do you want someone to get after the pass rush, or do you want them to stop the run? It's obvious you
do
can't
both.
be elite in both.
You can't be elite, but you want them to be able to be a problem in both areas. In other words, yeah, I want you to get sacks.
I was gonna say,
Go ahead,
what are we talking about? Did we not see the Richard Dents? Did we not see the Bruce
JJ Watts
Smiths and the Reggie Whites? Like you didn't really want to run towards them. Did you not see the JJ Watts and stuff like that? Like you don't really want to run towards them
both,
too much.
yeah.
They're gonna make some plays in the backfield.
Because when it's all when it's all said and done, at the defensive end, you do want them to stop. You want them to sack the quarterback. But at the same token, when they come around when they run the ball on your end, that the end you want to contain that end. He should not be able to get outside your end on your side. So you want him to be able to do both.
You want to set the edge.
Yeah, set the edge, turn him back inside. Whether you get the tackle or not, you want to force him to where he can't get outside at all. You want to force him back into the DTs. That's what you want. If you can't do that, or at least make the tackle, then you're not an effective defensive end at the run.
And a few TFLs here that don't hurt either, man.
Yeah, that too.
Tackles for loss add up.
Yeah, straight facts. Yeah, straight facts.
What did Leo
should
say?
Be a pass rusher on the outside. There is help. They should be a third down terror for QBs. Facts. Agree, Leo.
Yeah, the strongest thing.
Situational. It should be situational.
You want to be able to get after the quarterback, pass rusher. So
situational.
What I realize
I like a guy like Chris Jones, right? I like a guy like Chris Jones for Kansas City, where they can play him at defensive tackle, and then in certain pass rush situations, they put him on the outside. If y'all notice, they line him up in different places. They put him on the outside to get after the quarterback on third and long situations. When it's short yardage, he's right there in the middle to clog up the middle. Like I would prefer to have somebody like that, but they rare now. It's rare to find them in the league now.
But you can almost put Chris Jones inside. You could definitely move Chris Jones up and down the line.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. He plays defensive tackle, but then they put him at defensive end. So it's like you like that combination that he can play with. Another player that comes to mind was who used to play for the Bucks. What was his name? Simeon Rice. You could put Simeon Rice on the edge to rush the quarterback, and then you could put him to stop the run. You could put him right next to Warren Sapp on the inside when they got to go jumbo to try to stop runs or short yardage and stuff like that. And they can still make plays and be effective.
So would you prefer that combo as opposed to the defensive end linebacker combo? Which one would you prefer in your defense?
I prefer the big boys that can stop the run in crucial situations. I mean, you can't just keep getting gashed at the run, like on the run. Like we lost to the Saints last year because we couldn't stop the run. We lost to the Saints.
So it continued on. Another thing came up. Speaking of big boys, what about Tampa Bay? Do y'all think? I can't think. Let me think of his name. Hold on.
Oh, the right tackle they just gave the $90 million to.
No, not that. The one they had drafted as an undrafted free agent, and he was 400 plus pounds, and they told him if he can drop his weight, they'll give him a chance, and he dropped 30 pounds, but it still wasn't considered a nut, and they released him.
Who did that?
You gotta
Tampa Bay.
the last 400 pounder that you saw, Trey. Vince Wilfork, what's his name? Wilfork, like the last
Wilfork, yeah.
400 pounder that you see.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, did they give him a?
I'll give you 350.
Did they tell him how much weight he needed to lose, or did
they did? So I don't think initially. I don't think they gave him a. They just said you need to lose weight. He dropped 30 pounds, but it still wasn't considered enough, and he didn't get picked up. I don't think anyone else picked him up either. I'm trying to see. I had his name. Hold on. Let me see if I can go back and find it.
That's a lot of weight. That'll stop you at the goal line, maybe. That might be good for the tush push. That might be tush push.
You see Texas tried that and failed miserably with that.
Hey, you'll actually hurt yourself trying to stop the tush push. You might as well just give them that yard, concede that
part. And now I see other teams is trying to use our method too. They're trying to adopt our method. Probably a lot of the teams that was trying to get it banned is trying to adopt it. Because I seen who was that I saw that did it. I forget who it was. I seen it right in the preseason game. They did the tush push. Was it Cincinnati? It was somebody I seen do it. I was like, look at these fools.
Okay, my fault. So his name was It was Desmond Watson. He was 6'6", 464 pounds.
God dang, he only lost 30 pounds.
That's almost
God, that nigga almost a half a ton. Nigga, hell no. Nigga.
Yeah, that's
nah. He gotta do better than that. Yeah. That ain't it.
64.
Oh, 64?
Get yourself in shape, young man.
Bruh, yeah. He'd have to lose at least 100. 364.
100, right?
Leo said, just like Leo said, they had to have seen something in them, but
he can't be no stud at no 464 though, Leo.
Ain't what
stud? Hell no, bro. He can't breathe. He got one play.
He unheard of.
He got one play in him, bro.
He in Tampa.
And then
you can't in Tampa.
And then not only that, you mean to tell me you can't sub him because the big nigga can't get off the field in time. You ain't gonna be able to sub him. He gotta be out there the entire series. You ain't trying to rush him out there on the field, rush him off the field. Oh, you finna get a penalty. Oh, you gonna take a timeout. One of the two. You got to do one because he ain't a 464. Can you imagine trying to move 464?
It was a nice thought. It was a nice
you knew his weight when he drafted him. So, yeah.
Leo said can't move a mountain.
I know. Now, offense, was he in the defense or was he offensive?
He was defense. He was a tackle.
Yeah, so, that middle boy, I'm telling you, ain't running to his side now. I believe that. You ain't running to his side because 9 times out of 10, he gets his paws on you. It's a wrap. He get them paws on you, and you coming down. You got
to think, if he had an inkling of power behind him, that's an unstoppable force. Like, he coming up say, if you can't,
he going to draw a double team. He going to draw a double team.
He going to draw a team.
Special situation?
Yeah, he gonna draw a double.
Like special situations.
It wasn't worth the squeeze because it's like you got to pay that. Or
I would have put him in there on like field goals and shit like that to give him. Situation.
So third is short.
Yeah, third is short. You know what I'm saying? But My thing is, I don't know, that's it, situational, because he can't get off the field in time. You can't get on the field in time. Yeah, it would definitely have to be situational stuff, in my opinion. It probably could work. I mean, was he in the did he get drafted from college, or was he just in the NFL?
He was undrafted.
So he was playing in college though.
He played in college, yes, but he was undrafted free agent.
Remind me of what was that movie back in the days? Wildcat.
You just have to fall in the front leading rest position, play over. You right. You right, Leo. You ain't never lied about that one, bro.
Just fall
for real. What school he played for? What school did he play for? I want to look him up.
For Desmond Watson.
Yeah, what college? Because I don't remember seeing this kid. That's a lot of weight. 500.
Now, I want to know what school he played for. I want to look him up on YouTube.
He went to Florida.
He went to Florida.
University, Miami.
No, Florida. University of Florida. Gators. He was a Gator.
The Gators.
The Gators. SEC baby.
Bro, I'm about to see. Don't do that because you're not SEC. Don't do that.
I'm not SEC. Matter of fact, you shouldn't even be SEC. You should not even claim SEC after this past weekend. 2-4 in the top 25.
We won. I don't give a damn about nobody else. We won.
Well, you said SEC, y'all.
Because we the hardest conference.
Oklahoma.
We the hardest.
Whoa.
We the hardest conference. We the hardest conference.
Used to be. I think Big Ten. I think the Big Ten.
No, don't do that, CC.
Right now.
Don't do that, CC.
Don't do that, CC.
You know what's funny? My brother said Don't do that, CC. Don said that too. He's like, I think the Big Ten is the new big dog in town.
No. How?
I think they got something to say about it. I'm just saying. I think they got something to say about it now, and we're starting to see that more so now. But LSU, I think from what I saw this past weekend, as far as college, I think LSU got a good chance to hold it down for the SEC. I think they're gonna surprise a lot of teams. They got a good quarterback, but then you looking at that's what I was gonna say. You got the Oregon Ducks and the defending champs. Though, who's gonna knock the Buckeyes off? It's gonna be a Big Ten.
They're gonna get knocked off. Don't worry about it. They're gonna get knocked off. They're gonna who?
You know what? It's basically what the old SEC used to do. Is basically what's going on.
What's the dude name again, Trey?
Desmond Watson.
Desmond Watson. Okay.
So what's going on is basically it's the same thing. They're going to play. They're going to gouge each other and gut each other with playing once they get in the league play, and that's what's going to water down the competition for them. But at this point, what the top two earlier from what we was reading, Penn State's number 2, Ohio State's number 1.
Number 1. But Penn State gonna fall. They fall every year. They have such high hopes for Penn State every year, and until they coach start coaching some offense, they're gonna lose every year. They're gonna be out of there as soon as it comes down to the tough teams that they have to score points.
So, continuing on, gentlemen, I came across a tidbit. I'm gonna ask y'all a question, and I'm gonna wonder, do y'all know the answer to this question without Googling it? Currently, there are 16 African American starting quarterbacks in the league. 10 years ago, there were 4. Do y'all know what 4 were what 4 African American quarterbacks were starters 10 years ago, 2015?
2015, Michael Vick was one of them, right?
Michael Vick,
no.
Well, 2015, no, not 2015, no. Not 2015, no. 2015, 2015.
Ooh, Colin Kaepernick was one.
He was one, correct.
Yeah.
Kaepernick was one.
Yeah, because they went to the Super Bowl.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he was one. 2 more.
Yeah, you said starting or you said starting?
Starting.
Colin Kaepernick, Russell Wilson.
Man, that's a tough one. 2015. Ooh, jogging my memory. I'm gonna be good at this kind of stuff.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm trying to think. 2015. I'm trying to think.
Russ. Are you sure it wasn't? No, it wasn't Vic. It was
No, it wasn't Vic.
No, it wasn't Vic.
Donovan McNabb.
Donovan McNabb. It was McNabb.
McNabb was gone already, right?
Yeah, McNabb was gone already.
RG3.
RG3.
He was gone too. He wasn't starting.
He was gone already?
He was starting. He was in the league. He wasn't starting.
2015.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
2015.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Bishop for the searching. So it was Russell Wilson.
Buffalo. What was his name? Who?
No,
you
not
talking
him. But I know who you about to say. But I'm going to give you a tidbit. I know who you about to say. But so in 2015, the 4 starting quarterbacks was Colin Kaepernick, Russell Wilson, Cam Newton, and Jameis Winston.
That's who I was thinking of. Jameis Winston. Cam Newton. Jameis Winston. That's who I was thinking of. Jameis Winston.
Now, interestingly enough, in which we see a progression kind of, and we're going to talk about this shortly. In 2020, there was 10 starting quarterbacks that were African American in the league. 3 of them were from 2015, which is Cam Newton, Russell Wilson, and
Jameis.
No, I'm sorry, not even Jameis. 2 of them was from there. It was Russell Wilson and Cam Newton were starters. Do y'all know who the other 8 were in 2020? Starting African American.
That's 5 years ago. So 2020, that was Kyler Murray.
Okay.
Yep. Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
Man, what? I can't remember his name, man.
Kyler Murray.
The one that had the little heart.
Tyrod Taylor. That's who you talking about.
Tyrod Taylor from Buffalo.
He was
the one that had the little heart thing. Man.
Yeah.
You know they shot him up.
He was a starter.
Exactly him in his chest.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, 2020. Justin Fields, right?
Lamar Jackson.
Justin Fields,
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
So
now we see. You see, so in the course of 10 years ago to 5 years ago to now, has grown.
It's steadily moving.
What do you think? What do you say for that? Do you think? I don't think possible. Do you think it's a point to where there's more? Is because they're basically just it's 50-50 right now. Do we see a point to where at the start of the season you have
we
more?
may get 1 or 2 over. That's it. It will never be the majority.
The whole league.
It will never be the majority. It will never be the majority.
I don't know.
All we need is one right now.
When this Lenoris Sellers is drafted, if he drafted this coming season, that might shift the tide. It might be.
Well, you know what? Because it's crazy you say that because what's because lost his position.
Who?
From Indianapolis.
Richardson.
He lost his.
Anthony Richardson.
Anthony Richardson. He was supposed to. He supposed to be the starter. He lost his.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that would have been.
Hold on, and then Cleveland.
That would have swung the tide.
Then Cleveland, if Deshaun wasn't hurt, that's another one.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Deshaun Watson. Yeah.
Supposed to be Deshaun Watson.
That would have been 2 over. That would have been 2 over.
Yeah, that's 2 over right there. Who else? Oh, and then what's because he just signed. Is he starting though?
Who?
He on his 8th team now. What's the young man's
He's
name?
not starting.
You know what I'm talking about though?
Johnson?
No. With the locks. Is he with Tampa Bay?
Oh, you talking about Brady? I mean, Bridgewater?
Teddy.
No, he's not. He was one of the starters in 2020, but no, he's not starting
in 2020.
Yeah, Teddy.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah. He's not starting. He signed with Detroit.
Is it Detroit? Okay.
Oh wait, no.
Huntley
is another one.
Huntley was supposed to. So I'm sorry, Bridgewater. I don't think he was Detroit. He was with Detroit at the end of last year. I think he went somewhere else. He might be in Jacksonville.
No, I think he was in Jacksonville last year. He just Tampa Bay. That's what I said.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He in Tampa Bay. He's backing up Baker. That's what I thought. Yeah, Tyrone Huntley.
No.
It could probably. Yeah, we could definitely.
Huntley is the new Josh Jackson. Huntley is the new Josh Johnson. They need to stop that.
Yeah, Huntley. Yeah, Tampa Bay. Yeah, Bridgewater.
Tampa Bay, correctly. Thank you. So that's interesting going into that. So now we done talked a little bit. So let's start to get to this.
Hold on, real quick. Let me.
What's up?
Hey, before we switch, I do want to say this about the Anthony Richardson thing. Man, y'all see how the coach? That's what's his name, Shane Steichen or whatever that coach name is. That's just poor drafted and poor maneuvering. You draft a 19, 20-year-old, and now you put it on him that he didn't develop. What's going on with the development of quarterback that you put the emphasis on him when it's on you? You're supposed to be this great quarterback whisperer. You're supposed to be this great guy. It just tells you that you didn't make those other quarterbacks. They was already going to be who they were going to be because you did absolutely nothing with this guy's career. Now you just shelved him after you picked him. You picked him. That's your hand pick. That's your head coach picking his own talent, and he picked wrong.
So to play anti-advocate to it, maybe based off of what you just said, is why he's saying that his development is poor because he's probably not putting forth the effort. Remember how they used to talk about Kyler Murray and say that he couldn't read, he couldn't read the playbook and all that type of stuff?
Yeah.
Because it's like because he had other interests. True enough, he's a young man, so it's not saying that that is the case. But if it is the case, that could be part of it. If you, I can sit up and give you the playbook, but I need you to show me that you want this. So I need you to engage in the playbook or engage into your development, and then I could be like, okay, he's about that. Let's start to give him along the line. So I don't know if that's what Anthony Richardson did.
Right.
I mean,
So real quick,
saying, I would think that you would put a little bit more stock if you Shane Steichen to prove yourself more right than wrong. Like we know coaches have egos, man, and it's just he just threw them away. But look at Anthony. I already started with that Trey Lance. I didn't pick Trey Lance. If I had anything to do with it, I wouldn't have picked Trey Lance.
This is their boy Desmond. Here he is.
460. Oh, they let him run the ball.
And block.
Look at that.
Barely moving on it, but whoa.
Woo! And not number 21. He didn't wear number 21, did he? All right, that's all I wanted to show y'all. I just wanted to show y'all what he looked like. It's a big boy. He looked like he can move that little 400, not little, but he looked like he can move that 400 pound pretty well.
That body, exactly. But of course, we know that.
That part, Leo. Yeah, that part, Leo.
So
I think refrigerator. I don't know.
Like you said,
I don't know if refrigerator was that big. Was he 400?
No, he wasn't that big.
I think he was 3 something.
Like 370 or something, right?
Yeah, up there.
But so when you look at it, right, that's just not healthy. I guess that's what they was getting at. That's not healthy.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's not.
You know, you wonder how did he get to that size? Is it a health issue?
But playing ball couldn't have possibly knocked some of that weight off of him.
I mean, he was on a regimen. He dropped 30 pounds in the matter of a couple of weeks, in some weeks. It's just he didn't drop. He didn't get to the playing weight they think he should have been.
But he only went from 460. That means he went from 464 to 434. I mean, it's weight, but
I mean, in due time, So one thing to take in consideration is whatever got him pulled in as an unrestricted undrafted free agent. That means, like Leo was saying earlier, he had to have some type of promise, or so that someone was seeing in him.
Well, obviously, the coach saw something.
Yeah, they wanted him to drop.
He got a.
That's like with Shaquille. That's like with Shaquille O'Neal. If Shaquille O'Neal wasn't the size he was, could Shaquille O'Neal have been the player he was?
What do you mean? Yeah, so Shaquille O'Neal now, what do you mean?
His dominance.
No, but I'm saying Shaquille O'Neal was not big like him. Shaquille O'Neal, when he was 7 foot,
Shaquille O'Neal was like a 300-pound big man.
Not coming in the league. Not coming in the.
I thought Shaq was 280, 290 when he came in.
He was
that's what I'm saying. He was a big dude. But so if he doesn't have, if he's told to lose that weight, is he the same dominant player? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think he'll be a little quicker. I think he'll be dominant a little quicker.
I don't think Shaquille O'Neal. So think about it, right?
Because if you're saying that, then if you're saying that, if you saying that, right? You can't really say that because look at the Tim Duncans, look at the Akeem Olajuwons, look at the.
I get that, but their skill set was different from Shaq's. Shaq became a bully size. Wasn't no one else the size of Shaquille O'Neal. So he became a bully because of his size. So I'm saying if he was forced to lose that weight, his skill set that he had, you gotta think if Shaquille O'Neal is the same size as Tim Duncan, or who else could you say? So Shaquille O'Neal wasn't a Yao Ming as a big man. So Shaquille O'Neal smaller than what he was a bruiser. He was a bully down low. So if you sit up and have him lose 40, 50 pounds, his game, he probably isn't as dominant as he was as the person that he was because his skill set didn't say that. Shaquille O'Neal was going to take you outside the paint and make you come out to guard him because he can knock down 15, 16, 17 footers. He had to sit up and get down low. So that's what I'm saying. For Watson, as we saw, he got drafted. They drafted him, I'm sure, because he had some type of skill. If he got down to like say 380, is he still that same type of player?
I don't know.
Almost 100 pounds lighter.
Oh yeah, but I think he would be swifter.
But no, but okay. you can't ask Shaquille to lose 100 pounds like you asked this gentleman.
Because he's not going to be the same player.
No, you couldn't ask Shaq to lose 100. Actually, didn't Phil Jackson ask him to gain weight?
Hell no, he ain't finna be.
Wasn't that a thing? He asked him to.
Hell no, he ain't finna be.
The gain weight.
He ain't finna be none of that. Yeah. One, like you just said, like what was his name? Manubo. Nothing. Tall and just nothing. Because he had no weight. He had no weight to him. He couldn't do nothing. He was just a tall, lanky dude who could, with a enormous reach. So that was just what it was. But you can't ask Shaq to lose 100 pounds and go to 186 from 286. That just wouldn't work.
Because he's not going to be the same player.
He won't.
He's going to be he's at that point, he's average because his skill set didn't say that. But him with that weight,
his weight. Yeah, his weight was his
the Diesel. That's why he called him the Diesel. He ain't
right. It was his biggest advantage. Yeah, agreed.
It would have been different. Like let's say Dwight Howard, but Dwight Howard was skillful at his size compared to what Shaquille O'Neal would have been. So that's all I was saying. So as we get ready to move forward, right? Let's get to it, right? The divisions. Who do we think is coming out of what division? Since NFC.
Let's leave the NFC. Let's leave the NFC East out of it because we already know who's coming out of the East.
No, we don't know who's coming out.
Yes, we do. We do know. We know who's coming out of the East.
Back-to-back champion in that division. What we talk about?
But
division where they ain't been no back-to-back.
Let's leave the NFC East out of it.
So starting with the NFC East, you have the Philadelphia Eagles, the current NFC champions, Super Bowl champions. You have the Washington
Commanders. Respect on our name. That's right.
You have the Washington Commanders that did come on pretty strong. You have the New York Giants with different quarterback at the helm and not seemingly not too bad of a rookie in the waiting. And then of course you have lastly the Dallas Cowboys. Gentlemen, who's your pick? How they fit? Don't
gentlemen me.
So I'm asking, how do they finish? How do they finish? I understand for you, Bishop,
you already,
Philly is number one.
Eagles, Commanders. The Giants might outdo the Cowboys.
Oh, whoa.
I'm just saying, bro. They might outdo the Commanders, man. I'm just saying.
It would have been a war.
I'm just saying, man.
So that's what you're going with, Bishop?
I'm going with Eagles, Commanders, Giants, Cowboys.
Do you agree with that?
Of course he don't.
No.
Of course he don't.
Like I said, it ain't been a back-to-back winner in the division. If anything, because I am loyal, I'm going to have to put my Cowboys there. So I'm gonna say we can win the division because we normally spank the teams in our division. Hey, Dak has an amazing record against the NFC East. By the way, he's only lost in his career. He's only lost 4 games to those dudes. You know what I'm saying?
He swept y'all last
when he
year.
played.
The Eagles swept y'all.
Dak wasn't playing. But
I'm
Dak
just
wasn't
saying,
playing. He
though.
was hurt last
We're
year.
not talking
I'm
about that.
saying
We're talking
when
about
Dak
the
has
Cowboys.
when
Not
Dak
that.
has
We're talking about
played,
the
when Dak
Cowboys.
has played, Dak has dominated. Dak has dominated that division. He's like what 20-something-4 in that division, lifetime. You know what I mean when he's played. So I'm gonna take my Cowboys, and then we're gonna go
Stupid.
Eagles. We're gonna go Commanders, and then Giants.
Okay. So first of all, before I give y'all my NFC East montage, because if you would have chose Washington over Dallas, that does not knock your loyalty. It's just being real. If
Straight
that's what it
facts.
was,
Straight facts. Straight facts.
it's just being real. So, but I'm going to go with I think Washington comes out this year.
Yo,
Philly,
hey,
Dallas,
everybody watching.
then New York.
Everybody watching. I need whoever is
So
able
you got
to
us finished
y'all
in
look at
third.
me. Y'all look at me. Everybody that's watching, if y'all got one of those for those military personnel, I need a urinalysis on both these gentlemen. I need a urinalysis on both of these gentlemen. They own one. How you gonna how both of and all of it is hate? Now y'all gonna pick over the
It's
Eagles.
not
Ain't no
hate.
way. Ain't no way in dead hell.
Hey,
We have the number one player in the
did you not think-
NFL. Top 100 player in the NFL is on the Philadelphia Eagles.
One player, bro.
Stop it.
and I'm assuming
So-
we're talking Saquon, right?
Let's think about this,
Yep,
right? So
yep,
this
that part.
this is
That
what
part.
this is my take on it is.
2,000-yard rusher came close to breaking a record that's been going over for 3 decades. Come on, man.
This is my take
Only
on
reason
it, right?
he did break the record because stupid Sirianni didn't play him.
Sirianni's the reason why y'all have the amount
No.
of Super Bowls y'all have.
No,
in
he
the
not.
last-
No, he not. What do you mean? No, Nick. Whatchamacallit won the first one. Sirianni didn't win the first one.
Yeah, Sirianni didn't win the first one, but it
He
was
didn't win the
Peterson.
first
Doug
Oh, well,
one.
they
He only
went.
got one.
He took
Doug
it back.
got
Yeah,
one.
you're
Doug
correct.
got the
Yeah.
first one. Then Sirianni.
But he still got the two.
And Sirianni
He
inherited
got
that
the
from
two.
Doug. Sirianni inherited that from Doug.
This is
Ooh,
why
boy.
I gave the rundown for what I did. For one, y'all have a new. For one, although
A new
y'all
offensive
are
coordinator.
y'all have a new offensive coordinator.
Okay.
Not to say that's going to be a huge thing, but that can be. The only team that has what they had before and added was the Commanders and the Giants. Honestly, the Commanders and the Giants, but the Commanders have a new quarterback that's in the helm, and plus they have
What's the new
a
quarterback they
quarterback
have?
in wait.
What? Hold on. What the Commanders got? What new quarterback they got?
They don't have a new quarterback. I said they have Daniels is still there, but they have everything else, and they added Deebo Samuel.
What did they? Okay.
Oh my God.
Thank you,
love for
CC.
Debo.
Thank you, CC.
Broke up Debo.
Brian Robinson has
broke up
moved on,
Debo.
but Austin Eckler is still in the building.
Austin Eckler is washed up.
Yep.
But go ahead.
So what I'm saying is they're the only one that has continuity still. Y'all have a new offensive coordinator at the helm. CC and them have a new head coach. They just lost their cornerstone in the defense in the front seven. And so that's what I'm looking
So
at.
if that's the case, if that's the case, how are you not putting the Giants over Washington?
I just said that, but the Giants. I just said that because the Giants they have a new quarterback that's learning the system, and they have let's just be honest. Russell Wilson is a good, is mid-level. We're gonna see how he comes
He got a
out.
Super Bowl.
But they're setting
I personally
the table
think
for
the
Jackson
Giants.
Dart.
I think the Giants are making a mistake by starting Wilson. I would have started Jackson Dart from the rip. I think they got a better chance with Jackson Dart.
I agree with that, CC. That's why that's why I put the Giants over y'all, because I feel like Jackson Dart is going to end up being a starter. I'm dead
He's going to end
serious.
up being a starter. He's their future.
I'm saying he's going to start. He's going to start before, like, sooner than people think.
But the only way that's going to happen is if Russell Wilson did what Jacoby Brissett did in New England last year and showed that, like, I knew Jacoby Brissett was going to start, but Jacoby Brissett did nothing to hold on to the position. So he got and they put May in, and now May is May's team.
I think Wilson is washed. It took me a minute to admit it, but even what I saw in the preseason from him, he looks like he washed, man. He can still throw over the top. He can still
Drake
get that
May,
pass over the top, but that's it.
Drake,
But that's it. His
Drake May.
accuracy has decreased majorly on intermediate routes and short passes, man. He can still throw the deep ball, but short passes he can't do nothing with it.
We're not saying that. We're not saying that, Anthony. I totally agree. Russell is better than Daniel Jones, without question. Yeah, Russell Wilson. Even though he's on the back end of his career, Russell Wilson is definitely better than Daniel
Yeah,
Jones.
better than that.
Without question. Without question.
But Daniel Jones starting in Indianapolis, ain't he?
Yes, he is. He is. Yes, he is. But that's cool. We can move on. What next?
Go ahead. Go ahead. When you're on.
Okay, let's go NFC North. We got the
NFC
Bears,
North.
the Bears, the Lions, the Green Bay Packers, which is a strong conference right here. And
this is what I was about to say. This might be the strongest conference.
This is a strong one. A lot of people. This is a strong one. I went first this time. So, CC, who you got coming out of the NFC North?
I actually got Minnesota coming out of the North this year. I think
you believe in
13 games.
You believe in them?
No, I believe in the coach. I believe in the coach and that
McCarthy.
You
believe in the defense?
Yeah, I think that defense is going to be better. And JJ, I think
better than last year.
Justin Jefferson gonna have a good Calvin Johnson type season this year.
Ooh, not a Calvin
Justin
Johnson season.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a.
You think their defense is going to be better than it was last year?
I got Minnesota. Huh?
You think their defense is going to be better than it was last year?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I think another year you added some players. You got some more young talent. I think Brian Flores, especially with the news of his lawsuit and stuff, he got to prove that he's a real head coach in the league. So I think he's gonna have that defense acting bad this year. So I take them. And then I'm gonna take Green Bay second, just because I like Matt LaFleur. I've always thought Matt LaFleur was an underrated coach.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that young quarterback though?
Who? Jordan Love?
Yeah, JL.
Jordan Love is not young, man. Jordan Love is 27, 28 years old. Like, he sat 3 years behind. He should be ready. He sat 3 years behind Aaron Rodgers. He should be ready.
Okay.
He's not young. He's a vet in the game, and people like to forget that. Like, he's a vet. But what I'm liking is Matt LaFleur, man. Matt LaFleur has had one bad season, and that was Aaron Rodgers last year. There, y'all got to keep that in mind. He's made the playoffs every year since he's been there. So I think Matt LaFleur, I think the coach is going to do more than what Jordan Love is going to do. And that's what I'm saying. Dan Campbell about to come back to reality, and he's about to see that biting kneecaps. You can't bite kneecaps when you're getting kicked in the teeth. So he out of there. Like, they're going to be third. But then I got Chicago, Ben Johnson. From what I saw, even just the preseason, they're not going to be ready to make a move yet.
And then I got you.
So for me, I think I'm higher on Chicago, but I mean not number one. So I'm thinking Green Bay is going to come out, is going to be first. Then I'm actually thinking Chicago, Detroit I have as last, and then Minnesota is going to
really piss him, man. Really, somebody please come up. Somebody please.
Because listen, I say this right.
No, because for you to come out your mouth and say Chicago first.
Chicago
second.
Oh, who'd you say was first?
I said first is going to be Green Bay.
And the only reason he's saying Chicago because he's still stuck on that bum Caleb Williams. That dude is a bum.
Is that what he thinking? Because
he's a bum, bro. That. Yes, he is. He thinking just.
I think Detroit lost too much of what they had. Dan Campbell developed.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Dan Campbell developed with his offensive and defensive coordinator, and they developed. He has neither one of them now. So I think there's going to be like CT was saying, a fall back to earth moment is what's going to happen. So that's the only reason I'm looking at Detroit is probably going to be last. Now, that's not saying that they're going to be run amok on. It just means they're not going to be the first. They're not going to be the top team in the division. As we stated, this is going to be a hard division. So what that might look like, it might look like 8 and 9. You know what I'm saying? And so it's going to be a hard division for them. I think Caleb, with the aforementioned offensive coordinator, he's going to have a hard time, I think. But I think because Caleb was there last year, he's learning the defense. Caleb is better than McCarthy. So, and then now McCarthy might have better weapons. I think Caleb is better than McCarthy by his 2 decades. And then I just think Green Bay is like has the most to offer in the division. So CC. I'm going Green Bay, Chicago, Minnesota, Detroit.
So CC, I need y'all to know, man. I need all our viewers to understand. Me and I can't even say CC because I think sometimes he be smoking, but clearly Trey has been smoking because this dude has come up with the most outlandish stuff. And then CC, he wasn't as wrong as Trey, but he wrong too. This is how the NFC North is going to go. This is where I agree with CC. I give him Minnesota. Minnesota's number 1. Number 1. Detroit is number 2 because as long as Detroit has that defense and they have Thunder and Lightning 2.0 in that backfield, it's going to be a problem. Y'all got to understand it. It's going to be Montgomery and all. It's going to be a problem. Minnesota, Detroit, Green Bay, Chicago, in that order. There's no
you can have your car. You can have a garage full of the prettiest things sitting there, right? But if they ain't got the right keys to them, they ain't going nowhere. And that's what I think is not the right keys.
Did you see what Detroit did last year? Did you see that? And for you to put them last,
because they don't have. You know what? Remember when y'all lost your offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator? What happened?
Nothing.
Exactly. Nothing. Y'all didn't go anywhere. Y'all went to the playoffs, right?
That's doing something. For losing the defensive coordinator and offensive coordinator, that's doing something. That's doing a lot. For losing both coordinators, that's doing a lot, bro. That's doing a whole lot.
It's called hot wiring them cars. It's called hot wiring them cars.
That's right. Tell him, man. See, and Leo, that's what I'm saying. Show me the footage, Trey. He said, Trey, show me the footage. That's what I'm talking about. Show me the footage.
Just wait. Y'all just wait and see.
That's what I'm talking about.
Caleb is cooking this year.
Okay. Well, let's move it on.
I'm just going to put this out there. I know there's a lot of hype on Ben Johnson. But pump your brakes, man. He ain't been a head coach. I mean, being an offensive coordinator is way different than being a head coach.
Correct.
We've seen that with you mentioned the Eagles 2 coordinators that had left. You see one of them, he was doing a high early, but now neither one of them doing so hot. So pump your brakes on giving Ben Johnson all those flowers.
Yeah, he giving them to him way too early.
I just don't think it's honestly. I actually think they're interchangeable for me for Chicago and Chicago and Minnesota. But I don't know if McCarthy is ready yet. Remember last year I sat up until week 10 and I still didn't believe in Sam Darnold. Yeah. Sam Darnold? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know
and
why.
They was undefeated. I don't know
why though. And that's the thing. Why don't you believe in Sam? The man, he's showing you he is Sam I am. He's giving you everything.
One thing is we're going to see in Seattle. He had San Francisco off the bat, but again, like I said, I didn't believe in Sam I Am, and then Sam I Am showed us who he was towards the end of the season, and he didn't produce. So I don't think McCarthy is a rookie. He's still a rookie, and y'all actually believe he's gonna be better than Sam Darnold was last year?
Hold on. Hold on. You saying JJ McCarthy is a rookie, right?
Correct.
What is Jalen Daniels?
I get that, but I'm saying he has to show him.
No, you can't. But you cannot. How you gonna call one a rookie and you ain't gonna call the other one? You put.
Jalen Daniels but Jalen Daniels has what 19, 18, 20 games of NFL experience under him. McCarthy was injured and didn't play a single down. So he hasn't played any NFL. He hasn't played any NFL. He hasn't had any NFL snaps really.
What Anthony
So that's
said.
what I'm saying. For now, it's real. It's like it's not the preseason. It's not in training camp. It's real when these bodies get to flying at you, and you won't have a red jersey on. You game. So we're gonna see how that does, and you gotta take the psyche. What is JJ's psyche right now? He just came off a serious injury. What's his psyche right now when those bodies get to flying around? So that's what I'm looking at is going to be the difference for Minnesota.
Leo, Anthony, Randall, all y'all, make sure y'all pay attention. Listen to what we all say. When we come toward the end of the season, remember where he was for the NFC North. Moving on to the NFC South. Trey, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go first. CC already went first. Yeah. So
no, CC running for the South. But that
running for the South. Oh yeah, running for the South.
Well, man, look, you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the New Orleans Saints, those Falcons, which everybody seemed to be pretty high up on, and then of course the Carolina Panthers. Keep in mind they starting Bryce Young this year again.
No, CJ Stroud beat Bryce Young. I mean,
yeah. So I'm going.
Well, here we go. Drum roll. Here we go.
Don't do that.
Here we go.
Haley was just in there, so I'm thinking number one is Tampa Bay. Number one is Tampa Bay. I'm sorry, Leo. I'm sorry. Number one is Tampa Bay.
Okay.
I think this is going to be the weakest division in the NFL. Honestly, I'm going one at Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
By default, I think two is the Saints. Don't take you serious. Yeah, the quarterback. True, Rattler. I know Sean doesn't like
Spencer Rattler.
Spencer Rattler. But I mean, but by default.
No, Spencer's the starter. They already
Spencer's the starter.
He's the starter. He's one of the 16. He's one of the 16 black quarterbacks.
Right.
Yeah. So, so I'm thinking Tampa Bay.
Saints, you said.
The Saints, but it's just by a hair. Atlanta is very close on their heels, and then of course I'm still down on Carolina until we see something.
Okay. You want me to go next?
Leo said Rattler's trash.
Go ahead, Bishop. Go ahead.
So, like Trey must be coming off his high, CC. Trey must be coming off his high because he got half that right. You know what I'm saying? I definitely got to go with Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield. Of course, we got the 1,000-yard receiver. Once again, you know, he's had a 10.
It's probably his last year, but yeah.
Yeah. Like, come on, bro. Like, this dude is still doing what he's doing out there. So, Baker Mayfield out there, Tampa Bay. So, Tampa Bay definitely number one, in my opinion, for the NFC South. Number two, this is where I switch from Trey. I'm going with the Atlanta Falcons because I think that left-handed quarterback in
Michael Penix.
Penix. I think he's going to be that dude. I think he's left-handed, and it's something about left-handed quarterbacks, man. You know, Trey. Y'all had one over in San Francisco. Y'all know it's something about them lefties, man. Something about them lefties. So I'm taking Tampa Bay, Atlanta. I hate to say this, them Aints. And then, Leo, but them Aints. And then, of course, like I said about Bryce Young, we still, you know, the jury's still out on Bryce Young, man. I feel like he has the talent, but he's just not showing it out there in Carolina. And so Carolina tops out at the bottom of the list for me.
CC?
Well, y'all just remember this. This year, I'm having a no excuse season this year. No excuses for the Falcons this year. They got to get it done. So I think the Falcons going to supersede Baker them. I think they're going to take that over.
Wow.
They got the best running backs in the division, and if they lean on those, they can win more games. So I'm looking at the Falcons getting that run game really, really cracking. Penix Jr. is going to be all right, but they made some moves on defense that should help them out too. But then I'm going to put Tampa second. And then I got the Saints third. No disrespect to Tampa Bay, by the way, but I just think your defense has aged out. Like you're not getting younger on the defensive side of the ball.
Right. Okay.
They're going to be able to play 17. They're going to be able to play 17 games with that old defense. And then, you know, Carolina coming up last because they still haven't figured out how to put pieces of get pieces around Bryce Young, and we still, like you said, we don't know what Bryce Young gonna do if he got any confidence at all this year.
Facts.
I think they might have some pieces, but we don't know what those pieces are looking like. You got
We
Tator
don't.
McMillan. You got it's we're gonna see. We're gonna see, but like you said,
It's still out.
it's still out. Moving on back up to the NFC West. Y'all know the West is the best. Of course, we have the 4 teams being there: the Arizona Cardinals, the Los Angeles Rams, the Seattle Seahawks, and the San Francisco 49ers. CC, run them off. How they finishing this year?
Ooh, man, that's gonna be a tough division too. But I'm
Ain't
gonna
no
go
tough
with
division, CC. Ain't but 2 teams in that division that's gonna do something.
I'm gonna go with the Rams up top because I like McVay, and that's again,
I like
and
Sean too. I like Sean.
for me the 49ers defense, man. If they would have got younger in certain areas, especially like the linebacking core, I think you need younger linebackers to rotate in with those older guys. I think that's gonna be a problem for them. Especially when they come to stopping the run within their own division or whatever. I got some running backs. Like the Rams got a couple of good running
Kyrie
backs
Williams.
in that division.
Kyrie
Williams
Williams.
is nasty.
Seattle
I picked him up in my
got
fantasy.
some on the running game too. So I'm gonna go 49ers, and I'm going with the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going with Rams, Seahawks, and I got the 49ers finishing third in that division this year, and the Cardinals finishing last.
All right,
Kyler Murray, man, Kyler Murray, he got to mature, bro. It's time to step up or get out the way.
He is.
For real.
He on that. He on that same trajectory as what we just talked about in regards to Bryce Young. Not
Right.
quite, but
Yeah.
like he right there on the teetering fence. If you ask me, man, yeah, I gotta go with the Rams. Like CC, I like Sean McVay. I do. I like him a lot. I like what he's doing. I like his what he's trying to bring into the fold of the Rams. I think Donald is no longer there, right? He went ahead and retired, right? Aaron Donald.
No, Darnold is the
Aaron Donald
is the starter in Seattle.
Okay,
No,
I'm talking
Sam
about
Donald or Aaron
so
Donald.
Aaron
Oh,
Donald.
Aaron Donald. Yeah, he's going. Yeah.
He retired, right?
He retired.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He
He's
retired.
yeah.
That's what I thought. You talking about the quarterback? I'm talking about the defensive player. Yeah, he retired. So the defense is going to be a little because he just retired. Correct? He was there last season, but this is his.
No, he retired the year before.
Yeah.
So he's been removed 2 years.
Second year
But
So
they
that
got
defense-
Verse is
Verse,
49.
yes, they did.
Yeah.
Verse did, yes, Verse. That's who I'm thinking. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it's the Rams. I'm still out on these other 3, man. But I'm gonna take San Francisco at 2, Seattle at 3, and then like CC said, man, Arizona, Kyler Murray. He got Larry Fitzgerald Jr. over there, or not Larry Fitzgerald.
Marvin Harrison.
Or Marvin Harrison.
Marvin Harrison.
Jr. I don't know. Marvin Harrison Jr. over there. So yeah, they just gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's time for him to figure it out. He might, if he don't figure it out this season, he might want to go ahead and transfer over to baseball and see if he can do something over at baseball. So yeah, Murray's levels ahead of Bryce Young. So listen, he is. I agree with you, Leo. I'm not saying he's on. I said he was on the same trajectory. In other words, I'm saying like Kyler Murray, just like Bryce Young, has something to prove. And this is the time. Kyler Murray's been in the league longer than Bryce. So he should be well past where he's at right now. Like, I don't even think they've made the
No
playoffs.
such thing as an elite backup in the league these days.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they're on the same, you know what I'm saying? Definitely Kyler Murray is above Bryce Young, but they're on that same trajectory. Like, Kyler Murray's not going to be in Arizona long. Like, his time is dwindling down for sure. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
So for me, without a shade, I have, of course, San Francisco coming in. But mainly because the San Francisco 49ers are a team not just removed from being in the NFC Championship game. They had a fallback with a bunch of injuries, no different from what happened to them when Jimmy Garoppolo was at the helm. And then they came back the next year and went to the Super Bowl. So, and now they have the weakest, strengthest schedule there is because of that, because they were a bad team last year. So they playing against the bad teams from that year prior to. So I'm going with San Francisco first, the Rams second, a close second. They do have something to put out there. I think they added. You have Matthew Stafford that's still there, a gunslinger, even though he has those back issues. He added Devontae Adams. Now you have you might have a stronger tandem than what Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp was with Adams. I mean, Adams is a different player than Kupp, but it might be a stronger tandem if Nacua could stay healthy as long as Stafford.
Ain't he
You got
hurt
Kyrie,
already?
huh?
Ain't Puka Nacua hurt already right now?
I think he's battling something or something
ain't
like
he
that.
favoring something? Yeah.
Yeah. So you have that. You have Kyrie Williams. He showed to be a very potent back, a young potent back. Then of course, like you said, you have McVay and his ability to create offensive nightmares. So then they have Burst and all that. So the Rams is not to be toyed with, honestly. Then I have Seattle. And then, of course, just like everyone else is saying, Arizona is what Arizona is going to be. Although they got Trey McBride, Connor is not to be sneezed at. You have Harrison Jr. that's there. They might have pieces, but it just wonders, like, is it enough? Is Kyler Murray? I mean, Kyler Murray is not too far removed, maybe 5-6 years removed from taking Arizona to the as a division champion. So he's done it before, you know what I'm saying? But that's when he had people like Fitzgerald and all them that was there. He doesn't have that now. His best weapon is a 2-year tight end. So we're gonna see how it goes. But that's my list. That's how I'm ranking. San Francisco, Los Angeles Rams, Seattle Seahawks, and then the Arizona Cardinals. Moving on to the AFC, Bishop. Who you got? We can't hear you. You muted.
I think you're on mute.
My bad. I'm going to go with the AFC East since I started with the NFC East. And, of course, we got those Buffalo Bills. We got them having Bill Belichick, who had a bad night last night. New England Patriots. We got the having, Aaron Rodgers, New York Jets. And then we have the Miami Dolphins with Tyreek Hill, who's having marital problems. But anyway,
marital problems.
Trey, AFC East. Let me hear your list.
AFC East. So we know that there hasn't been much turnover from the Buffalo Bills, so we'll be silly not to even include them to be the first ones out the rip. However, when you look at the other three teams, there's a little something to be wanted. You have, of course, Miami. Daniels is there. He really hasn't shown anything since being there, since leaving San Francisco to take on a head coach position. But I do think that he has more there with than, of course, the aforementioned the Jets and the New England Patriots. New England Patriots are just coming in. They got their coach now. And they have a second-year quarterback that's there, but I don't think they have much more than that. There's still more to be proven, and which I think that puts them below at 3. And then at 4, I'm just going to go ahead and say the Jets, not because they just have a new head coach, which that is something to be looked at too, but we got to take in consideration. It's the quarterback situation. We've seen them before, right? We've seen it on other instances. Although he did start out pretty good at Pittsburgh last year, but now it's a different story. He might have some more weapons. We got Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson. It might not be that bad, but I'm not ready to just sign off on that yet. So that's my list. I have Buffalo, Miami, New England, then
the Jets.
The New York Jets.
CC, what's your list for the AFC East?
Oh man, Buffalo, of course. They're gonna stay at the top. I don't see them falling off. But I got New England. I got New England second. And I'm taking Drake May, man. I'm high on Drake May. I'm thinking they're gonna let Vrabel gonna let Drake May loose. He finally got a quarterback. It's not a Ryan Tannehill or something. So I think Vrabel got the best quarterback that he's had ever as a head coach. So I think that's gonna play well. And plus he got what's his name, Josh McDaniels back as an offensive coordinator. we've seen him make a lot of moves under the Brady and Belichick regime. So I'm looking at that. And third, I'm taking Miami just slightly over the Jets. No disrespect to the Dolphins fans, but the head coach, he don't know how to coach, man. Like he getting his quarterback killed out there. I saw him in preseason. They still don't have a line. Tua's still taking a lot of hits. Tua is still taking a lot of hits. He's still going to take hits. You still don't have an offensive line to protect that guy. And with all those concussions, you need an offensive line. I don't see that. But then I'm gonna take the Jets last, and I'm out on Justin Fields, man. I'm done with. I was a big fan of Justin Fields, rooting for him, thinking he could get things turned around. But I saw him in the preseason, and he couldn't even complete a 5-yard pass.
Facts. That's straight facts.
So I'm out on Justin Fields. I just don't think he gonna get it done.
So, for me, we three agree in Buffalo. I mean, it's no more said. They've said everything in regards to Buffalo.
Until they show differently, yeah.
Yeah, Buffalo definitely out the gate. 2, I'm agree with CC. I gotta go with New England Patriots, Drake May, and then of course, like Mark Vrabel, like he said, he's a defensive-minded coach. So that defense, he gonna get that defense where they need to be. I think Drake May is gonna come out and excel this season. You're gonna really see a different Drake May than what we've been seeing. Now, when it comes to these last two, though, them Jets and Justin Fields and Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins, like CC say, Tua might not last the season, bro. Tua might not last. That offensive line, like he said, they are not protecting that dude, man. And Tyreek finna be real mad now. He gonna wish he was still in Kansas City, for real. So it's a toss-up between these three teams. Justin Fields, I'm like CC on this one too. Justin, Lord, bro, like this is your third team, bro. It's no more like, come on now. So you got to figure it out, bro. There's no excuse. Like you got to figure it out. And you don't look like you. It looked like you sat up in Chicago and didn't learn nothing. Like you learned nothing. Like you can't make simple passes. Simple passes, you miss it. Simple wide open passes. I get it. Maybe you're a little shell shocked, but you should have been shell shocked when you was in Pittsburgh. Because I understand you didn't have an offensive line in Chicago like that. And we see Caleb Williams going through the same thing. So we get it. But then you went to Pittsburgh and you still was having a problem. And now you in New Jersey having the same issues? Come on, bro. So I'm going Buffalo, New England, and like I said, between the Jets and Dolphins, I'm going to go with Dolphins only simply because I just feel like the Dolphins might be just a tad bit better than the Jets. But both of them, like, it could be either or. So I'm going to go Buffalo, Patriots, Dolphins, Jets.
CC, you up? Who you got?
We're gonna go. I'm gonna tell you AFC South. Where we went the last time, AFC South. So we're gonna go the Houston Texans. You got the Houston Texans, the Indianapolis Colts. You got the Jacksonville Jaguars, and who's the fourth team in that division?
The Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee Titans.
Oh, the Tennessee Titans. Used to be the former Houston Oilers, but
yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take the Texans. Am I starting? Oh no, you start.
Go ahead. It's on you. However you want to do it.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna take the Texans. By a wide margin this year. like
CJ is that man.
The coach got Daniel Jones starting at quarterback. So we know they tanking. we know they tanking this year. Yeah,
right.
They got. So I'm looking at. But I'm gonna take the Texans, and I'm gonna go. Even though I say they tanking, I'm gonna take Indianapolis second out of that division. And I'm gonna go third team. I'm gonna go to Jacksonville Jaguars, but man, that's hard to pick because this year this got to be it for Trevor Lawrence, right? Like this has to be a make or break year for Trevor Lawrence. Either get it
he's
done
in that
or
same
get
boat with
right?
Kyler Murray and them. Him, Kyler Murray, Bryce Young, all them in that same damn boat. Justin, all of them. You right. This is year.
And I just don't think Cam Ward has enough around him to really make an impact in his
Tennessee?
first year in Tennessee. So I'm picking them last.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Houston, just like CC, but I've since we've been doing first formation, man, I've been high on Sunshine in Jacksonville. I've been high on Sunshine in Jacksonville. And Trevor, this is your year, bro. This has got to be your year. You have to do something, or I don't see Trevor. He's another one I do not see in Jacksonville very long. He's had out too many opportunities to prove himself, and this has got to be the year. So I'm going Houston, Jacksonville. I'm going the Colts, even though I feel like they tanking the Colts. And then, like he said, Cam Ward, it's his first year. I think he's gonna have to, it's gonna be fast for him. I think it's gonna take some adjustments for him to get used to it. And I'm taking Tennessee at number 4 coming out of the AFC South.
So definitely, we agree on one thing in which, from the bottom up, I think Cam Ward is not going to have enough to be sustainable and to be able to take it to be anything more than the number 4 probably in the division. Which is, again, saying that doesn't mean necessarily that is a bad thing. He could just be the worst of the best in that division. But I can say that we agree on that Tennessee is going to be the last team. Now, when we go back, because moving back up to the top spot, I definitely would say Houston is going to be that because of what we've seen in them. CJ Stroud, he came out hot, although he did come back to earth a little bit. The sophomore jinx, as they say, he had it last year. And it didn't go too well, not to mention the fact that his receiving core was down and out. We already know Mechie moved over, and now he's in Philadelphia. They have Nico Collins still. They no longer have Stephon Diggs. So there's probably some stuff to be desired outside of Nico. But I think they're going to be able to be a little bit head and shoulders above who my number 2 is, and that's going to be Jacksonville. I'm rocking with Duval coming in at number 2. Like we always talk about Trevor Lawrence, Dub Sunshine. He hasn't been stepping up. He started out early before he got he's in his 5th or 6th year. Before he got that contract, he was all right. Now it's getting to the point that's like, what are you doing for us? You know what I'm saying? As our franchise quarterback. And when you look at it, no Clemson quarterback has been truly effective. Deshaun Watson, when you look at him, Bryant, we never even seen him really. And now here we are, Trevor Lawrence, and then of course coming up at some point, Klubnik, or DJ was one as well. So we don't know where that's going to go for the most part. But I'm going with Duval. Then, of course, number 3 is Indianapolis. Although I think differently for Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones isn't going to be the worst thing there. Daniel Jones, he has some all right receivers in Pierce and Pittman. And he has John Taylor. He has Downs. So he has weapons. Probably better weapons outside of not having a Saquon Barkley. But John Taylor isn't a huge fall off from what he had in Saquon Barkley if John Taylor could stay healthy. So Daniel Jones might be able to be some serviceable in Indianapolis. I'm not too far from having them as a number 2, but that's how I'm going to go. I'm going to go number 1 in Texans, number 2 in Jacksonville, 3, close 3 with Indianapolis, and then number 4 in Tennessee. Not to mention, I don't know about this having Travis Hunter as the quarterback, as a wide receiver. I don't know, but I mean, we won't see. Worst things.
I think he's gonna do all right as a wide receiver. I do.
Did you choose him in fantasy? Any of your fantasies as a wide receiver?
I tried to. No, I tried to. I ain't have no good picks.
I don't think that young man's gonna pan out playing both ways, unless they limit it.
Yeah.
Unless he's 30 snaps on one side.
I think they primarily want him as a receiver, though.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough. So I will say this, though. Houston is on my no excuse list also. Like I said, the Falcons was on my no excuse. You're on my no excuse list, and this is why. You're going to probably have a top 5 defense. You're going to probably have the defensive player of the year on that defense. We'll talk about that later, though. Yeah, you're gonna probably have to
We gonna have to turn that into a segment. CC's no excuse list.
No excuse list. I like it. Yep. CC's no excuse list. Yep.
Next division, we got the AFC North. Of course, it's composed of the Baltimore Ravens, the Cleveland Browns, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and them Cincinnati WKRP rocking the stripes, the Bengals we see.
One of the hardest conferences, I think, too.
Maybe. You might be right. CC, lead us off. Who you got in the AFC on the AFC East? I mean North. I'm sorry, AFC North.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to take Baltimore, which they on my no excuse list. Also, like,
how did I see that?
Damn, see your list is long. God damn, that's a long ass list.
Look, Lamar,
he got a long ass list. We definitely gotta have a segment for CC's no excuse list. That list, man, that list is long.
You gotta be sick of hearing about, I could have said the same thing for Josh Allen, but you got to be sick of hearing about Lamar Jackson. He could have been 3-time MVP already. You got to get tired of all the talk, man. Show me something. Show me something when it counts the most. But I'm gonna take Baltimore first, and then second in that division. Man, it's hard to pick, but I'm gonna go. Ooh, man. I'm gonna make a surprise pick, and I'm gonna go Pittsburgh. Gonna finish second in that division.
That is a surprise.
And this is why I'm taking them second in that division. Is because Tomlin still has it. He still figure out a way to keep his team above 500.
He does. He has no losing season. He has not lost a season. Had a losing season since he's been there. So you're right.
And then I'm high on Hightower and T.J. Watt, that defense. Porter Jr. Those guys. I'm high on. And then they added Jalen Ramsey to play on the other side from Porter Jr. I think Jalen Ramsey can give you a little bit here and there. So I like that. But Cincinnati, I'm taking Cincinnati third. And my only problem with Cincinnati is the whole time that Joe Burrow has been there, he's another one that they don't protect. Like, you still don't have an offensive line.
Facts.
The guy's like 6 years in the league, and he's still running for his life out there. He's still scrambling too much. They're gonna have a potent offense, but they won't have a defense either. He gonna get sacked a lot, and they won't have a defense. But then finishing it out, the poor Browns, you starting Joe Flacco. I mean, that should say enough right there. I mean, Stefanski is a 2-time coach of the year though. But it's just remember the last time everybody talked about what he did with Flacco before. Remember, Flacco just had to play like 4 or 5 games, bro. He didn't have to play 17. So I don't think Flacco makes it 17.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, for me, I'm gonna go. I have to agree with CC. I can't wait till we get to that segment for CC's no excuse list, because I agree with him. Baltimore, we're tired of hearing about Lamar. Lamar's this, and that, MVP, but he can't get over the hump. He can't get over the hump, and he needs to get over the hump so they can stop talking about Lamar in the way in which they talking about Lamar. But so I definitely got the Ravens at number 1. Number 2, this is where it goes different for me, right? Number 2, shocker. I believe in old Flacco. I'm taking Cleveland Brown to be number 2.
What? Y'all is wilding in this division.
Agree with you. I totally agree with you and understand why you say in regards to Flacco won't last the season. However, whoever backs him up, I feel like will be able to do enough to get them past the other 2 teams. I love me some Joe Burrow on Cincinnati. That's why I'm taking Cincinnati third. Cincinnati's third. Joe Burrow, I think they, like you said, they can't protect him. He's running for his life, and he shouldn't be running for his life like that. However, he still has 2 awesome receivers as one of the main receivers, Jamar Chase, who is the number 1 pick in everybody's fantasy draft for the most part. He is the number 1 draft pick for fantasy football, and there's a reason why, because that man is unstoppable when it comes down to the deep ball or any balls across the middle. So Jamar Chase, but I have to put him in the third. Pittsburgh, man, I love Mike Tomlin. I love that, he has a winning resume for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I think he still got some things he still has to figure out in Pittsburgh. And I think this will be Pittsburgh first season where Mike Tomlin will have a losing season. He will not have more wins than losses. I feel like they'll be number 4. That's my AFC North.
So for me in the NFC North, it's a very close battle. Of course, you have that between against the defending champions in the Baltimore Ravens, and for me, my second, who is a very close, I think, pushing. You know what? We all had hot takes in this division. I'm going to add one to the fire. My hot take is the Cincinnati Bengals are going to be the division champions this year. For those exact reasons what you just said, Joe Burrow is going to have to come and show up. He's got 2 last year. You got to think he was like a top tier quarterback last year. They just wasn't winning, and he did that with 1 top tier receiver. This year he has T. Higgins back. He has Scott back at running back. He has Chase, and he has Gesicki. I think he's going to make it work. I think they're going to be able to probably overthrow Baltimore at this, or it's going to be close to where they're going to have enough to edge out Baltimore. And Baltimore, enough said. In my opinion, without a doubt, Lamar Jackson should have won MVP last year. It should not have went to Josh Allen. But, of course, they did that. But I think he was better than he was a year previous with less, and they took it from him. But, it's true enough. So be it. That Baltimore at 2. At 3, I got Pittsburgh. Just like Sean, Bishop was just saying, I think this is a year that Tomlin falls at minimum 1 game below 500. 1 game below winning season, and then he's not going to make it out. And then that's going to maybe do something where he looks at doing something completely different and shake it up to where they come back. They got Metcalf. They got rid of Kitchen. They got Pickens. They got rid of Metcalf. They have Metcalf. They got Freiermuth. They got Warren. He just got signed $12 million, $6 million a year with the 2-year extension, $12 million 2-year extension. So they got younger in the draft. They still getting older on defense, but they got some good pieces. When you look at veterans, when you talk about, they got a young Porter on one side, and then you got a veteran lockdown on the other side in Ramsey. They still got a couple. Yes, they can score, but defense. They holding on to the last year's defensive player of the year. Was it? Yeah, Hendrick was defensive player of the year last year, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and he should have a fire. This is a contract year too. We might see a different type of Kendricks. But in that, and of course, last but not least, I get what y'all saying when y'all talking about Flacco coming out of the league, coming out. At some point, he's gonna come out, and he's a bridge as a veteran to these 2 younger cats. You still got Deshaun Watson that's going to come back later on in the year. That if they don't pan out, then they still have him to see if he has right his wrongs, then he can come back to be remotely something close. Correction, I agree. Collective defense. So we're gonna see, but that's how I have it with them. I have I'm going Cincinnati, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, then Cleveland.
So before we switch, let me ask y'all this: if Tomlin has his first losing season, do y'all think that's it for him in Pittsburgh?
Nah,
probably not. Nah, probably not. All right, last but not least, the AFC West, and we got those Denver Broncos, Sean Payton. We got them wanted to be Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs, but my Philadelphia Eagles spoiled that for them. They got gold drug. Then we got them LA Chargers and a new revamped Las Vegas Raiders. Trey, who's your 4 out of the AFC West?
You know what? I think I've just got full of hot takes on these last 2. I didn't think about this till just now. Pete welcome back to the Wild Wild
Carroll.
West. Pete Carroll, I think, is going to put the Las Vegas Raiders in contention for the division with the silver and black and Las Vegas high on life as they're going to be the AFC West champions, followed by the Kansas City Chiefs, closely followed by the Los Angeles Chargers, and then
Wow.
I don't think Denver's there yet. Bo Nix has, tends to do things. I think Harbaugh is going to find a way to win. Hence the reason he's number 3 from the division. But I would definitely be fearful of a Harbaugh. If all 3 of those could get into the playoffs, I'll be very fearful of on that in the AFC. I think potentially I ain't saying it yet. I know we got a little while to talk about it in a few minutes, but the AFC West could be potentially producing the AFC champion, the conference champion. But we'll get into that. But yeah, that's what I got. I'm going Raiders, Kansas City, Chargers, Broncos.
Wow.
You picked the Raiders.
You talking about spice some things up. CC, I know you finna re-scramble this a lot. And then what's your AFC West?
Until y'all knock them off, man, Kansas City is still the creme de la creme of that division. It's a tough division. Don't get me wrong. I feel like all the teams there have made great strides to catch up with them. We saw Denver and the Raiders almost beat them last year. Almost take them out last year. The Raiders the last couple of years, as a matter of fact, play them tough. But what I'm looking at is Kansas City still at the top. They still got Patrick Mahomes on that squad, and Andy Reid still the coach.
True that.
Second, it's tough. It's a toss-up to me between the Chargers and the Broncos, but because I don't really like Sean Payton, I'm gonna go Harbaugh, and I'm gonna say, man, that no excuse again. Herbert, I gotta see you. Herbert, you gotta show something. I mean, I'm tired of talking about your potential. You gotta show some. Justin Herbert has to ball out. You got Harbaugh. You got a quarterback guru. So now I gotta see it all put together. And then I'm gonna take. I hate it, but I'm gonna take the Broncos third. I don't like Peyton. I'm just gonna put that out there. I don't think this guy should even be a coach in the league. After that, what was that? That bounty gate. He should have never been allowed to coach ever again in the league. But since they herald him, this, that, whatever, yeah, he in the league. But I don't feel like he ever should have been able to coach him. But since he is, I like Bo Nix. I like he had to play. They had the defensive player of the year last year. Patrick Surtain. Patrick Surtain was the defensive player of the year last year.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was Patrick Surtain.
So you got the reigning defending defensive player of the year coming back to that team. So you third, and then last. The only reason the Raiders are last is because Geno Smith is a quarterback. I think I'm not high on Ashton Genty, but I know Pete Carroll's reputation. He's good at getting running backs to run. He's good at that stuff, and they gonna play good defense. You got a good tight end, but I just think Geno, from what I saw in his days of Seattle, man, he's scared of the blitz. If you can't stand in there with the blitz coming at you, you can't be my quarterback.
Okay, so for me in the AFC West, right? Let's start off right. I heard what CC said. I don't know what Trey is on, but Kansas City will not win this division. I'm taking the Denver Broncos. I believe Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos are going to take over the number 1 spot in the AFC West, followed by the Kansas City Chiefs. Like you say, man, Andy Reid is that dude, man. Now that Bill Belichick is no longer in the league, it's Andy Reid's league now. You know what I'm saying? Andy Reid is that dude right now. You know what I'm saying? So he's on a quest to try and, probably try to get as close as he can to Bill Belichick's accomplishments, but it won't happen because he just doesn't have enough time. But Kansas City there. This is where mine changes. I'm taking Pete Carroll and them Raiders for number 3. And this is why. It's not that I believe in Geno, CC, but like you said, Pete Carroll had one of the best backs in the league at one time in Marshawn Lynch when he was out of Seattle. And we knew what Seattle was doing when he had it. I think that's his. I think with him going to the Raiders, Las Vegas, and him being able to get Ashton Genty, you finna see some things. Now I'm not saying Ashton Genty is a Marshawn Lynch. However, he could be potentially close to. And I think because of that, I think Pete Carroll is going to find a way to make them contenders in this division. And then at number 4, I'm bringing in with the Chargers, man.
Y'all really do that to the Chargers? Whoa.
Harbaugh, and Justin Herbert, it's time to show face, bro. Put up or shut up. And Justin, this is it. I know that you on CC's list. You on CC's, Leo. That's what I'm going with. You on CC's list. You on CC's list. It's time to put up or shut up. And hey, can't go nowhere else. Y'all had that one Super Bowl run. That one Super Bowl run versus the Rams, and they lost. Wasn't it a few years ago? The Chargers.
Yeah,
that was Cincinnati.
Yeah. Cincinnati.
Oh, that was Cincinnati. Okay,
that was Joe Burrow.
My bad. That was Joe Burrow. That's right. They beat They beat Cincinnati. But either way, Chargers, y'all just like the Ravens. It's time to put up or shut up. So yeah, Denver, Kansas City, Vegas, LA.
Who's the Super Bowl champion? What's the matchup and who's the champion this year?
Philadelphia. Oh, the matchup for me, Philadelphia.
Already?
Philadelphia. I know it's early. It's real early. Philadelphia, of course, coming out of the NFC for me. Out of the AFC, though, Buffalo. I'm going with Buffalo.
Buffalo Philly matchup?
Buffalo.
That's what you feeling?
Ooh, he say Josh Allen gets it done. Ooh.
Appreciate it, Leo.
What's your matchup?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's tough. I'm gonna keep it real though. I see us winning our division. I don't see us making it to the Super Bowl unless some things change. But it's hard not to pick the Eagles to repeat with Saquon.
That what you said.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say, just luck of the draw. Matt LaFleur finally gets over the hump. Jordan Love has an impressive day in Philly and beats them in Philly. I'm gonna take Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers this year to make it to the Super Bowl in the NFC. No disrespect, Cowboy Nation, but that's just what I'm feeling right now. And out of the AFC, hey, do it one more time till you stop it. That boy just got engaged. He just got engaged to the
Kelce. That's what he ain't finna do. No. You a Swiftie? Are you a Swiftie? You a Swiftie?
You gotta go with. You gotta go with Kansas City until they knock them off, man.
Bro. This the year they ain't going. They ain't going this year.
It's gonna be Kansas City. Mahomes gonna do it one more again this year.
Trey, what's yours?
Watch
this BS. Watch this nonsense.
I think we have another run at what is going to be presumably something that we've seen before. It's like a redemption tour, right? I think you have San Francisco and Philadelphia.
Oh, hell no!
In the NFC Championship. And of course, I think San Francisco is victorious this time. Then
he go with that number.
Then we have a different of sorts. I think Lamar finally gets to an opportunity, and this time he slays the Dragons, and they knock off Kansas City. And then I think you have a San Francisco Kansas City
matchup. You just said Lamar knocks off
San
Kansas
Francisco,
City.
Baltimore?
I'm sorry, Kansas City, San Francisco,
Well, we know
Baltimore.
San Francisco ain't even gonna make it, but okay. But yeah, go ahead.
We have a San Francisco Baltimore matchup, and I think
Don't
San
you do that.
Francisco
Don't you do that.
edges
Get out of
Baltimore.
here,
A
bro.
close game
Get out, bro.
in which is going to be something different
From
from
here
what
on
we
out,
thought.
y'all.
It's going to
From
be.
here on
I
out,
think
we're
it's
gonna
going
have
to
a
be
year analysis.
a real chess match.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy gonna win the Super Bowl. That's what you telling me?
Bro, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna have a year analysis from here on out from before
Brock,
the show.
so what y'all telling me is Brock Purdy is incapable of winning the Super Bowl?
Bro, CC, for one, you wasn't
healthy.
even believing. You wasn't even believe. Remember when he wasn't even believing in Brock Purdy? His man was.
I never said I did not believe in Brock Purdy.
His man. Who was it, CC? Who was his man?
You picked against your own team.
Yes,
I
man.
never said.
CC,
picked against
I
Brock
said
Purdy.
I did not believe in Brock Purdy. What I
did
said
not
was that
believe-
the 49ers
CC,
was not
who
going
was
to
his
start
dude, CC?
Brock Purdy because of what
Who's
they
his
put
dude?
invested
I was
in Trey
on
Lance.
Brock Purdy. Trey Lance was his dude.
You know what? True it up. You know, to be honest, who I believed in was Jimmy Garoppolo. I didn't
But
believe
Jimmy been
in-
gone. Jimmy been gone.
I'm talking about at the
I
time
like that,
when
Leo.
it was going on.
I like that, Leo. I like that, Leo, a lot. I like that. That's a good one.
Well, I'm talking about at the time when what was going on. I believed in Jimmy Garoppolo more than I did anything. The only thing I said was that
He's a
Brock,
Panthers fan,
Brock
now.
wasn't going to get the burn because of all the stuff they invested into Trey Lance. And what did they do? They came back.
Don't do that, Jordan.
Brock Purdy took them to the NFC Championship game.
I told you that, bro.
It was.
I'm the one
but
was high on Brock Purdy. You wasn't. You was high on Trey Lance.
But even when they sit up and took him to he took them to the national champion. I mean, he took them to the championship, NFC Championship game, and presumably only lost because he was injured. He was injured early.
Because he came up against us. Because he came up against us.
But even then, they still came to training camp the next year with the possibility of Trey Lance having an opportunity to compete against Brock Purdy.
It's crazy, CC, that this dude.
It's called a competition. You gotta win the job.
I get that. That's what I'm saying. I never said that I wasn't on Brock Purdy. I just said that they were going to get Trey Lance.
I didn't say you was high on Trey. I didn't say you. I said
you was
I was even high on Trey Lance. I was just saying that he was going to get the opportunity.
Trey Lance is going to win. Trey Lance is going to
win
because
of what they invested in Trey Lance.
That's
what it didn't happen. And it didn't happen. I told you.
It wasn't going to because he beat him out in training camp.
I told
and
you
they
that,
traded
though.
him.
I told you what Brock Purdy proved the previous season. I knew he was going to beat out Trey Lance. He had proved himself. He proved himself.
Trey Lance. They was going to give Trey Lance every possibility because of their investment. So that's all I was saying. They was going to give him everything. Trey Lance was the front runner. He was the front runner ever since he got to the 49ers.
Until he wasn't.
Until they was like, we got something in this Purdy guy, and then they was like, we can go ahead and let him. Trey Lance ain't showing us nothing. We can let him go. But he was the front runner the whole time. Even when Garoppolo because you gotta think, Trey Lance, even a year with Garoppolo still on the roster, in Trey Lance's second year, he was given the keys. And he was the starter for 2 games. And then he got injured in that Chicago game. Garoppolo took over again. Garoppolo got injured. Then Purdy was able, and Purdy took over and didn't relinquish.
It's crazy.
Just so you know, Garoppolo plays for the Rams this year. Just remember that. Garoppolo plays for the Rams this year. So don't be surprised if Matthew Stafford is out for a while and Garoppolo take it to y'all twice. For real. If he sticks it to Kyle Shanahan twice. That's gonna be perfect.
Yeah, what he said. Yeah, I gotta go, fellas. I'll let y'all.
Yeah, I was about to say that for the most part we could say it's a little more, but we gonna get into it. Of course, the next time we'll be back is we didn't get a chance. I'll have to get with Bishop to find out. Because we won't be back Thursday, but we know the league starts Thursday with the Eagles versus the Cowboys off the rip. So we'll be able to give our take on who's going to win, and I have to hit him up and find out who that he got. But for the most part, the next time y'all see us will be Sunday. probably Sunday morning. Just be looking for the posted time. We'll be back on Sunday with we started off the season right. CC, as we just said, I probably already know. I probably already have both y'all answers. I'm probably the only person that's going to basically break it. This coming Thursday, we already know we got the Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys for the kickoff Thursday Night Football. Who are you taking this Thursday?
You see it already in the view. Cowboys. I'm gonna take my Cowboys, and I'm gonna say we're gonna win by a point. It's gonna probably be 21-20 or something like that, 31-30 or something like that. I think we'll win like that. But you're right though, Leo. Great show. It's good to be back, baby. It's good to be back.
Yeah, appreciate it, Leo. So of course you would say we was out for a second. It wasn't meant to be that. After have to do some moving and all that type of stuff. It's still not completely set, but it's coming along as I get some stuff so I can get back in there. But I mean, we're back. We had a brief hiatus. Y'all didn't hear from us really during the basketball season, which it was plenty to be talked about. But I mean, that'd be different this one coming up. We plan to do some stuff a little bit different and kind of get in there. So y'all definitely stay tuned. But for me, I always believe that in the NFC East, that there's going to always be a split amongst certain teams. And that there's no different always for the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. In this particular year, I think the split happens, but it only happens while these teams are at home. So that being said, I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys losing this coming week in Philadelphia. But I do think, of course, they're going to win close to Thanksgiving. As we know, they have the Sunday game before Thanksgiving, and then they have a Thursday game at Thanksgiving. But I think out of those two games, they're going to take the game on against the Eagles prior to them going into their Thanksgiving game. Thanksgiving game might be a little different, but we'll talk about that. We got plenty of time to talk about that. But I have the Eagles winning this week to start off at home. As they get to celebrate and raise the banner into their Raptors for them winning the Super Bowl. And then we see from there. I'm already very sure, I'm willing to bet that Bishop is going to select the Eagles as well. But we will see, of course. I get an opportunity to defend my last year with the best picks, the most correct picks last year at almost a 70% rate. We'll see how that goes. If I can I better that rate? You know what I'm saying? I did have one undefeated week in which I got all 16 right. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to go back. You might see the name change. We might bring Nostradamus back. We might see him. He might come make a reappearance. And then if you see him, it's going to be a whole thing. So we'll know when Nostradamus comes back. Yeah, so that's where we're going to go. So be on the lookout for that. But like I said, tap in. I don't know what the time yet was. Of course, it might be about an hour and a half, 2 hours before kickoff. So that puts at about 10 o'clock. About 10 o'clock. So y'all might see us again 10 o'clock on 10 o'clock on Sunday. Also, that's pending. Like we coach flag football, so that'll be pending what goes on with that as well. Additionally, for all y'all that are still out there that's tapping in, that's watching, I have picked up in which I'm doing. I do the fantasy football thing. As y'all know, y'all can see this last year's fantasy football champion in our First Formation Fantasy League. But I kind of came up with a different idea, right? And this is technically just for that, so I get set up. But I came up with a different type of a different ideal. So if any of y'all fantasy football players out there and want to try something different, just definitely tap in with these my hardcore league. Just let me know. Hey, Trey, hit me up. Fantasy. If you have my number, you can text me or hit me on Instagram or Facebook. So basically, what it is two different types of league. One is hardcore. The other one is I dubbed it seer. When you see the hardcore, basically hardcore is 9 positions. It says no substitution, but basically it's you can sub, but there's no bench. So basically you have to, your bench is the free agent pool. That's your bench. So it's basically based on strategy. And basically, if you want to get down with that, it's no charge. I sponsor the trophy, so you know, saying if we can get that, and not to mention your team is auto drafted, so it is created for you to show your skill, how you manage your team and stuff like that. And then you have the SEER. If you are a part of the military aspects, you know, SEER means survival, evasion, reconnaissance, and that game is set up like this hardcore, but but the only difference is the lowest score is bounced out. So if you score the lowest, your team is eliminated, and we continue on the goal until every team is eliminated until the last team remains. So both those leagues have some spots remaining. If you're trying to get down, just let me know, hit me up, and I'll sit up and send you the link, and so you can get added in. Thursday morning, like I said, it's auto drafted. So the Thursday morning is when the auto draft will happen, and then your team will be created, and then you will be able to go in. And if you don't like some players you got, then go ahead and see what's in the draft pool, and so put your waivers in and see if you get them and do that. So it's really set up to be unexpected. So the opportunity is there for you to manage your team as best you can with the created environment, and see where the real fantasy managers is at, of course. But that's what we have. Of course, like I said, more to come, more shows to come. Added some stuff, just came up with some ideas and stuff. So I had to get with the guys and see what they think, but y'all can understand. Y'all know it's coming. You already said that's definitely a segment coming. CC's no excuse list. The segment is coming. We're going to put that together. So y'all going to be hearing that. I think we're going to do something maybe where we're going to rotate, do a Monday Minute every morning. I have it set. So that's coming on. So, you know what I'm saying? Everything has to grow. So y'all continue to be locked in and grow with us. We didn't get a chance to do the intro video, but it's going to come up on the outro. So y'all check it out. Another creation. CC, any last words before we get out here?
Man, it's like it's good to be back. Can't wait to see y'all Sunday so we can keep chopping it up. I can't wait to get Bishop back on here so we can finish that discussion, especially after the game. After the Cowboys take it to the Eagles, we're gonna see what they both gotta say then, people.
It's until then, y'all get to see y'all come Monday. Be on the lookout. Holla at y'all. Peace. Let me know if y'all want to get down with the hardcores. Holla.
Hard work, hard work. Hard work, hard work. Hard work, work. There you go.
Forward!
Hard work, hard work. Hard work, hard work. Hard work, work. There you go.
Forward!
Hard work, hard work. Hard work, hard work. Hard work, work. There you go.
Forward!
Hard work, hard work. Hard work.
Fall in.